I'm so excited to see you guys this Thursday morning. Can everyone hear me okay? Thumbs up. Let me know who else felt like 8:30 was really early today. You know, I rolled out of bed at 6 because I prepared this presentation this morning, because why wouldn't I do that, right? Although very organized. Last night I was like, oh yeah, I have to teach right away at 8:30 this morning. So rolled out of bed and I thought, oh my goodness, 8:30 is getting earlier and earlier because the kids are home, right? How many of you have kids at home right now and you're also homeschooling? Let me know in the chat. Just say homeschooling in the chat, or trying to homeschool, trying to be a teacher, and all of the things. I love up at 5 a.m. 5 a.m. Club. Did you read that book, the 5 a.m. Club book? There's like a whole culture around it, and it's pretty powerful, but I am unfortunately not part of it. You must go to bed super early. Homeschooling, trying, failing, trying. You know what? Vulnerability, trying. We are all trying to homeschool. It has been a lot of fun. So this is one of my favorite things to teach. I say that about everything, but I truly actually mean it. And this is also one of the things that many of you will probably there's going to be two categories of beautiful entrepreneurs. One category will do the work. The other will be like, nah, I'm not going to do it. So which category do you want to be in? I'm kind of like, you know what? I love a good challenge. I love to use creativity, and I am going to create content that converts. So I also want to hear from you because, you know, of the way the world is right now, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being, I feel really good today, 1 being, I don't really know. Where are you today in your energy, in your emotions? If you don't want to share it in the chat, you can private message me. You're not alone right now. There's a lot of beautiful people that need to talk, that need to communicate. So I just want to kind of open up those doors. If you need support in any way outside of business, just reach out and we can support you in that way as well. So I'm just going to make sure everyone's been admitted. How's the weight room? I don't even know what happens in the weight room in these things. What did you guys do? Do you guys have like a dance party in there, or nothing? Do you just hang out? I kind of want to be part of a weight room one day. Okay, so look at this. We have 18 incredible entrepreneurs, 19 incredible entrepreneurs who want to learn the four phases, the 4 pieces of content that they can cycle through and put on repeat. Before I even teach you guys, what I want you to know, and like 100%, here comes Frank, my little dog. I have been using these 4 pieces of content on repeat every single year in my business. I do not sit there and try to come up with new ideas. It's the 4 things that I put on repeat. So please trust me, you will make sales if you follow these pieces of content. This piece of content, these pieces of content. All right. 21 incredible human beings on this call today. I'm so excited. Somebody said 5 because they have to leave this session. You are so cute. I love you guys so much. Okay, we are on day 4. Day 4. I have to find you. Okay, give me 1 second because day 3 is still open. I don't want. Keep up. Here we go. Just 1 moment, please. Oh, I named it incorrectly. No, I didn't. I'm lying to you. You know what? I'm just gonna share my Canvas screen. Close my Facebook. Hi, Frank. Is anybody loving having their dogs home? Come here, I wanna show everybody your face before we start. They wanna see you. Who has a puppy that works with them? Look at him. Look at this guy. He sits with me every day, all day, and works. He's the cutest little dog ever. And he's Instagram famous. And I'm going to talk about him actually today because he is a piece of intimate content that I create. And I'm going to talk about intimate pieces of content with you guys. Okay, let me try this again. Where is my Safari? There it is. All right, so a little kind of tip. I think most of you have probably, Frank, you gotta sit on your own chair. a lot of you have probably used Canva before. If anybody has used Canva before, this is the paid version. I know I want to squish them too. This is the paid version. It really up levels my entire branding. I pay, I think $9 a month, and I create every piece of content in here. So my presentations are done in Canva. Everything I do is done in Canva. It makes me a graphic designer. Although my logo, this is gonna blow your socks off. My logo cost me $6,000. This logo. Who knew? So as an entrepreneur, sometimes we make some financial mistakes and sometimes we don't. It wasn't a mistake. I have used it for many, many years. Although I look at it and I'm like, you little guy cost me $6,000. All right, so it's day 4. We're talking all about content. Can you see my screen? Okay, perfect. Oh, there's kids in here and like bedhead and all these beautiful faces. I love it so much. There's some late bloomers coming on. Okay, day 4, 4 types of content that you can put on repeat and cycle through. If you can get a handle on these 4 pieces of content, you are going to be a Facebook business page rock star. So I'm really excited about today's training. It's not that long, it's short and sweet. And then tomorrow I go live and I'll do the cross collaboration. So if you're not on tomorrow's call, I repeat, if you're not on tomorrow's call, you will not be part of the cross collaboration. So I want you to show up so that we can put together a calendar so that Siobhan, I think I'm saying that right, talks about Jennifer, and somebody named themselves iPhone, talks about Tracy, and all these beautiful things. So if you are on tomorrow's call, I will put you in the cross collaboration calendar. If you are not on tomorrow's call, I cannot do that for you. So show up for me and I'll show up for you. Give love, get love. Okay, so what is content? I feel like most of you know what content is, but I wanted to kind of show you different pieces of content outside of Facebook business page. So content is anything that you put out into the world that people can consume. So when I say that, I want you to take it quite seriously, because if you're posting memes nonstop about your dog or about dogs or about grandmas or about shopping at Walmart, you're putting that out into the world and it represents your brand. So content is any piece of information that you put out and that people can consume. I'm going to zoom in just a tiny little bit. I think I can zoom in just a little bit. This might be too big. Oh, that's fine. So this is blogging. My blog has a consistent look. I take content from my blog and I actually repurpose it on Facebook and my podcast. This is my Instagram newsfeed. It is also a way to connect people to my content. And this is my Instagram story. The look and feel of my brand stays pretty consistent. It's quite feminine, it's quite light. If I really want to grab people's attention, I'll add pops of colors in it. So content, how you create your content, you want to visualize what you want your store to look like. So yesterday I talked about how you all have stores and you need to show up for your store. And some of you had amazing answers about how you would do that. And Facebook business page is no different. So what I put out into the world, I visualize what that would look like on my shelves if I had a store. So the online space is no different. Please treat it with love, respect, and make and create a brand that you feel really proud of. The other thing that I want to say is, if your brand's spanking new to the world of business and branding and Facebook business pages and Instagram, is your brand will evolve. When I first started, my brand was a shit show. It was like just all over the place. And then I started to kind of connect with it more. What was I trying to put out into the world? I also generally attract women who are about 40 years old, 35 to 45 specifically. So I know what kind of image and graphic they like, what resonates with them. So strategically, I throw that in every once in a while. Pineapples? I don't even like pineapples. Okay, Facebook content looks a little bit different because it's very text-based. And then normally you have a graphic attached to it. So again, every piece of content from now on, you want to put a photo with. And it doesn't have to be a photo of your face, but any kind of content that you put onto Facebook, please add a photo, because when people are scrolling, photos capture their attention. And imagine your store, so your shelves again, we're going back to that. And if there was a product that just said, I am milk, I mean, we all know what milk is, so maybe this is a bad example. You probably wouldn't really buy it. You'd be like, well, what is it? Here's a better example. I am a really pretty pair of high heels. Well, that's great. But you want to add some visuals to that. If you see the high heels, right, do they still call them high heels, by the way? I don't even know what stilettos. But if you see them and you're like, ooh, those look nice, you're more likely to buy them. So photos are like little snapshots of your store shelves and how you represent your brand. So if you notice my Facebook content, I do use emojis. Now, at first when I started using emojis, those are those little hearts and handshakes. I was like, I don't really like them. But visually, they break up the content. So intentionally, I put these emojis so that people can see they're like bullet points, and it's structured that way. This length of content is almost perfect. Okay, so anything shorter sometimes works, anything longer, people kind of, do they want to read a novel on Facebook? Not necessarily. So this piece of content is generally what works really well when I release things onto my Facebook business page. Okay, so just a reminder, our next training is Instagram newsfeed, and it's happening, and this graphic is popping up in this slide a few times because this is a piece of content that I'm going to use on Facebook, my Facebook business page, that is called selling. Yesterday I said every 4th post is selling. This is my selling for the next week. Every 4th post will drive my traffic to purchase the membership for April to do the Instagram training. So we're diving right into the content creation, but I do need to take a sip of coffee. Okay, the first piece of content, which y'all are gonna struggle with the most because getting intimate is not easy in any area of your life. Maybe for some of you it is, but so getting intimate with your audience. When you see Frank, which I just showed you, do you feel a little bit more connected to me as a brand? A little bit. When you see Frank, he's like part of Hello Life Academy. He becomes part of my brand. We talked about humanizing your content. The first piece of content that you want to release is always a level of human. So this could be your story, this could be your pet, this could be behind the scenes, this could be you working on the project, this could be you going live and telling people why you're so excited about your upcoming product, but intimate pieces of content. I'll help you a little bit more with that one too. Here's an example. Every single time I post a picture of my children, my target audience feels connected to me in an intimate way because I'm relatable. So your first piece of content, you want to humanize your company. And I don't use my children a lot, but I will use them or Frank or like if I'm working out or if I'm doing something with another business owner, I humanize my content. So my kids, oh, there's a little baby running around too. I love it. My kids are an intimate piece of content. So usually when I create an intimate piece of content, I will say something like this. These two little humans are the reason why I work 12 to 16-hour days on my business. Can anyone else relate? So do you see what I just did with that piece of content? What was my call to action? Can anyone else relate? What was my level of intimacy? These little tiny humans. I also show that I'm a mother, that I get it when you are tired, and I also show that I work 14 to 16-hour days sometimes in my business. So there's a level of intimacy when I connect with my audience. Did I tell anybody that I was in the bathroom really sick? No. I have an analogy that I think maybe some of you will be like, you're crazy. Let people in a little bit for tea and coffee, but don't let them watch you take a poop. This is my analogy. Remember it. You're allowed to let people in, but I'm not going to show you what my kids are doing at this moment right now. So if you're doing a behind the scenes at your business, you don't necessarily want to do a live behind the scenes or a right now, because there's some risk about that, right? There's some risk that if people know that you're at the store now, maybe you're not going to be there later, but you get to let people in, but you don't have to let them see absolutely everything. And you'll get really good at this over time. I want to move you guys over here, there. The second piece of content that you want to cycle through is education. This one's going to be easy for you. Super, super, super easy. I need to make sure that I am recording this. Oh, well, if I'm not, I guess I'll have to do it again. This one's going to be easy. This is about education. This is about teaching your audience something. This is giving them something of value. So giving someone something of value could be your 10 cleaning tips during, you know, the crisis when you're at home, or how to groom your dog with human scissors if you can't make it to the dog groomer, or, you know, here's why our company only uses organic products. So you want to give them something, you want to educate them, you want to show them that you have the skills so that they can buy from you. So we call this in the digital space, this is a freebie or an opt-in. So what that means is an opportunity to get to know you better. An example would be something like this. I give value on my Facebook business page every second post. So I get intimate with people on the first post, and then I give them education. So I'm telling them, hey, here's how you can advertise your business online without spending any money. Here's a list. So this is also the educational pieces of content. Would you consider this something that you would share? So if I post this on my business page, you are going to share this. And that's what you want to do with your educational and valuable pieces of content. You really want to give them something good. So they're like, wow, you need to check this out. Shannon, check this out. Small business owner, check this out. So valuable content. So your first piece of content is getting intimate, which is the hardest, honestly, the hardest piece of content you'll ever create. The second piece of content is educational, giving value. This is the easy stuff because you know your business, you know your shit inside and out. You could be the expert all day, every day. So this is easy. The third piece of content, you are the expert. Your company gets results. Your company puts products out into the world that change lives. Your blog changes the way people see things. Your fitness classes change people's energy. You are the expert. Now, if there's some mindset stuff here too, if right now in your business you do not feel like the expert, I'm challenging you to repeatedly say, I know my stuff. I know my stuff. I am good at this. I am the CEO of an amazing company and I am awesome. You need to tell your audience why they need to buy from you. You need to show them results. Good example would be a fitness instructor, maybe not necessarily a before and after of the body, but before and after of the energy. This person sat on the couch for 10 hours in 2019. They started working with me in 2020. They are running marathons. So before and afters, and if you don't have a before and after, this could be something like, you know, as soon as Megan Lockhart started to consume our coffee, her creativity increased by 100%. So a result. And this is fun. These are the things that I think you all can have a lot of fun with. You know the results that your products get. Now's the time to shine. Now's the time to show people. Testimonials are also totally acceptable in this third piece of content. If you do not have testimonials, I can teach you how to get them. You can ask for them. You can say, hey, Jennifer, you know, what did you think about the training? I'm looking for a sentence or two so that I can post it on my website. Jennifer's going to say yes. She's not going to say no unless she says, you know what, your training was shit. I didn't really like it. And if she says that, I'll say, thank you so much for your honesty. Where can I improve? So you need to ask for testimonials. If somebody's bought your product, used your product, ask them. If you do not have any testimonials, if you are brand spanking new, which is my favorite kind of entrepreneur, you can get testimonials by giving your product to just one person. And you say, I'd like to give this to you because I need to build my portfolio online and increase my testimonials. Will you let me know your real honest thoughts? They'll say yes. We call that beta testers. You can call it people trying your products. Do not give your product to a ton of people for free. I watch this happen with a lot of new entrepreneurs where they're like, here, try my product. Oh, I'll do it. Is anybody guilty of this? I think we're going to have some guilty. I'll do this photo shoot for free. It's okay. Don't worry. Oh, you know what? Just take it for free. It's okay. Do not do that. You can do it for one person in exchange for a testimonial, but the energy and your value is really important, and people need to see that. So I could talk about that for hours because that's a whole mindset thing. But third piece of content, you are the expert. Step into it, show the results. Have so much fun with this. Do videos, do screen captures, do before and afters. I'm gonna check the chat. I will answer that actually today. So I'll come back to that and answer it because I love that question. Okay, so here are some testimonials. You know, in a chat. So everything on Facebook is public information. So if you leave a review or you leave a comment and you say something like, I really enjoyed this product, people can screenshot it and share it. So you can't get punished for sharing this information with people. So don't be afraid on your business page to say, how often are you using my product and do you love it? And if people leave a comment, you can screenshot it. We do this in our communities. I will ask you what resonated with you most on day 4 training. You will leave comments because the next time I do this training, I will use those comments to say, here's what people learned. And again, every time I do a training, I'm so honest with what I'm doing with my marketing. I hope you appreciate that. If not, you can tell me too. So these are my results. This is a piece of content that I will actually just screenshot and share to my business page. I will say something like this. The women and entrepreneurs that we work with are so passionate, committed, and thriving in their companies right now. Check out the good stuff they have going on in the picture below. And then I'll post this picture and people will look at it and be like, oh, that really resonates with me. Oh, that's cool. Here's what's going on. So these are results. This is stuff that clients have seen happen from working with the Hello Life Academy. The fourth piece of content is selling. How many of you are, if you are a rock star salesperson, leave rock star in the comments. I'm gonna look for this chat. I'm really struggling with Zoom these days. Oh, there we go. Rockstar. I think I am. I'm gonna change that sentence to, I know I am. I know I am a rockstar salesperson. I'm Alistair. Oh my gosh, definitely not. I am having so much fun with y'all in this. This is so fun. Okay, I'm going to say you are all amazing salespeople. And the reason for that is because when you love your product, you don't have to sell it at all. When you love your product, have you ever walked into a room and there's a level of confidence around someone that you were just drawn to? Has anybody been around that person where you're like, oh my gosh, this person is so confident. This person is so good. That's you in your business. People are drawn to entrepreneurs because they're creative, they're passionate. You know, they walk in and they pull their shoulders back and they walk into a room and they're like, this is my product. And if you're not doing that, I challenge you from today forward, when you are talking about your product, to pull your shoulders back, smile and say, this is the only thing you need in your life. If you own a store or a company and you work with me, you are going to get results. There is no doubt in my mind. That's a confidence sales pitch. That's like, no doubt. You are all amazing salespeople. This is a sales post. This could go on my business page. I could say, my training starts April 1st and 3rd and April 22nd to 24th, and it's all about the basics of using Instagram to bring clients in and convert them. That's a sales post. It's super simple. It's obvious. My client and audience on my Facebook business page know where to go. So the link is the call to action. If you don't want to put the link in the post, you can put it in the comments. You can also experiment with that, where sometimes you do put it in the post and then other times you put it in the comments. You need to test those things out on Facebook because sometimes they hate it, sometimes they'll show people.
No, I think you should do some math stuff this morning.
I want to do some math. Am I math stepping? Two-stepping? I can't find the person to mute them, so they're going to have to mute themselves. Just a sec. But if you're doing two-stepping, you need to get on video and show us, because that sounds like a lot of fun after Facebook video training, Facebook business page training. Okay, so those are the 4 pieces of content. Here's another example of selling. So this top one is a direct, when you go to this page, you're going to be asked to purchase something. So you're going to ask to pull out your credit card, and I am converting you from an audience member to a client. That is a hard sell. This is a sell to an opt-in / freebie that many of you subscribe to. Actually, you had to subscribe to this to get into the free training. I want to build my email list. That is essentially selling, because you become part of my customer life cycle, which sounds really harsh. And I love all of you. You're more than customers. What I'm saying is, by doing this free training, I know that I have a 60-day conversion. That's my conversion amount of days that it takes. People who meet me today will take about 60 days to buy from me. And I won't go further than that. I know that you did this training today. Now that you're on my email list, I'm going to give you tons of value through podcasts, blogs, more free trainings. But I will also, every 4th post, every 4th email, every 4th thing I do, I will sell to you. How many of you are selling every 4th time right now? Some of you are going to say, I think I asked this question yesterday too, I forget to sell all the time, or I'm only selling. But selling also means building your email list. And thankfully, I'm so thankful, I'm so thankful I have an email list right now, because people during this time are opening a lot of emails. They're opening them, they want to consume, they want to listen to podcasts, they want to do free trainings, they want to do courses, they want to do things like this. Just starting up, no, yeah. Okay, I'm challenging all of you, please, you have a store. Somebody's walking into your store. There's products on the shelf. Sell every 4th post, even if you are in month 1 of your company. And the reason for this is you are going to get way more comfortable and confident with your selling skills if you start to do this every 4th post. If you get out of the habit of doing it, you're going to see a decrease in sales, and you're going to wonder why. And I'm going to tell you, but you're not really selling to your audience. They're walking into your store. So they're looking at your Facebook business page and they think, I don't even know what to buy from her. So every 4th post, this is a sales post. There's a direct link right here to say, save your seat. It's free. When I build my list, every 4th email will be a sales email. They're part of my funnel. So this is the whole point of building a Facebook business page, because you want to get people into a funnel where they get value, they get intimate, they see results, then they buy from you. Isn't that the coolest thing ever? There's like an easy Facebook business page funnel, and you all just got access to it for free. So today's task, which is a little bit of a tongue twister, I really want you to spend 30 minutes doing this one. And I know that some of you, and maybe all of you, will be like, I just don't know how to do this. And that's okay. Because this is like lifting, I don't even know how to do a deadlift. So for me, doing a deadlift, I would need training, I would need help, I would need guidance, I would need support. So if this is your first time sitting down to create content, get the support that you need, because content creation is not really that easy for a lot of people. For some people, it's a job. This is what I do for a living. But I don't know how to knit. I would find support in that area. So 2 pieces of intimate content, 2 pieces of educational, 2 results, and 2 selling. And I just want you to have this, what I call as a content bank. So you would not do this on a piece of paper. You would actually do this on a computer or your note on your phone. Because once you have it on there, you can copy and paste it into a really pretty graphic, or you can copy and paste it and pre-schedule it into your publishing tool from Facebook. I said this at the beginning of the call. Half of you will do this, half of you won't. Who wants to be the half that does it? I do, because then I know that I'm cycling through these 4 pieces of content, and then I know that I can reach out to Megan and say, I actually made sales. Thank you. I made sales. Megan, this is the most amazing thing. And you will also start to see which type of content your audience goes crazy for. Do they go crazy for the educational? Do they go crazy for the testimonials and results? Do they love the intimacy, or do they love being sold to? So you get to evaluate and analyze your audience and what they're really coming to you for. When you do this, this should last you about 2 weeks. So the question's gonna come up, how often do I post? If you have 8 pieces of content, use it Monday through Friday. Monday through Friday, so 10 days, you have 8 pieces of content. Would you, actually, I think I actually wrote this down. Here. Treat your content like you do food. Many of you are probably fasting. I don't know, so fasting is a thing and all those good things. But I love to eat. I don't really miss meals. I don't really skip a meal. I'm gonna make sure that I show up for my meals, and I'm gonna show up for my content just like it's fueling my body. I'm gonna show up for my content like it's super important to my business, because it is. It should be something that you like to do eventually. The other kind of thing that I want to tell you guys is, I use this analogy a lot, and I think it resonates, and it does for me when I start getting into a business funk. Would I not show up to my business for a month at a time? No. Again, if I invested $500,000, if I invested even $1,000, I'm going to show up to my store. And your Facebook business page is your store. You have to show up for it. These 4 pieces of content are going to help people find you, love you, trust you, like you, all of those great things, so that they want to participate with what you're doing. I think on day 1 or day 2, I talked about community, how every great business is centered around community. Content creates community. Your content is going to start creating community through the intimate pieces, through the results pieces, through the sales pieces, and through the educational pieces of content. You need to fuel your body. You have to fuel your Facebook business page. So I am going to answer some questions. I thought I saw a good question. Can someone send a chat so that it pops up for me? Sorry. And then the other thing is, please, oh, there's a puppy. Is that a dash wiener dog? I love wiener dogs so much. Okay, hi, thank you. I'm gonna scroll up and answer that question. Okay, Siobhan asked, while utilizing your Facebook page, do you provide them with a direct link to leave a testimonial on your page, or can you take an email testimonial somehow? Let me rethink about what. So no, I usually don't. I'll tell you how. I'll stop recording because we're done today's training, but I'll still continue to answer questions. So thank you for being part of day 4's training. If you're catching the replay, leave a comment.